Hello, welcome. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. And welcome. This week is about to end and close. We're going to close the end of the month of October. We're going to go into November. That video of all the monthly trends for November will be in the next video. However, in this video, we are going to talk about Scorpio season, okay? Also have some current events. We're going to talk about One Direction member passing away. I talk about Kamala, of course. We talk about the Trump and Kamala every week. We'll see what the sun in Scorpio, what it means for them and what it means for us, the collective. We have a T-square happening this week, meaning there's some challenges and oppositions happening at the same time. We'll get into that. But yes, if this is what you want to know, if you want to know how it is going to be this week, what is the vibe in the sky for the week, you are at the right place. So let's get started. First, I should have been sharing my screen already. Let me see. I am going to pull up, there we go. My brain just kind of froze for a second. I'm going to pull up the news that we have, and we're going to talk about the One Direction star here. And where did my screen go? Here we go. Okay. All right. Yes. Hello, everyone. Starting off fresh. Okay, so yeah, there is Kamala, but that is not what we're here for. We are here for Liam Payne, former One Direction member, dies at 31 in Argentina. Hotel fall. My daughter talked about this, of course, because it went on the TikTok, and she said he died in a hotel room. And I'm like, well, and I just thought immediately drug overdose. Sorry, that's just what I thought. And then she said he died on the third floor. He fell off the third floor hotel. Of course, I'm like, that doesn't sound, was it under construction? And, and I apologize for any of fans who are mourning or anyone in a family or friends and all that stuff. It is sad. Liam Payne, 31, who was topping British boy band, generated a global following of swooning fans, was found dead Wednesday after falling from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires. Local officials said, Buenos Aires police said in a statement that Payne fell off the third floor of the Casa Sur Hotel in the trendy Palermo neighborhood of Argentina's capital. Is Argentina really pretty? Sounds like a place I want to visit. Beautiful. Casa Sur Hotel. Anyway, what else? I am, okay, reading my text messages, sorry. Resulting in extremely serious injuries. Medics confirmed his death on the spot. Yeah, from what I understood, I saw some pictures. I don't know if these were pictures that were a lie of drugs, of a smashed TV. I didn't think he was going to die so young. 20-year-old Isabella Mouse said, and I think someone he used to date said not the best things about him. Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to bring up his chart here, and let me see if I can bring that up for you guys so we can see what's the real tea on what's going on here. When I bring up his chart, where is my chart here? Okay, here it is. When I bring up his chart, I want you to see, it's so interesting how astrology is and how it connects to a lot of things. And even if I don't know anything about Liam. Okay, well, we're going to take off Trump. We're going to put up Liam. What I want you to see, his time may not be accurate. I do want you to understand that, but I want you to focus on this little part here. And you see that Neptune is at 18 degrees. And what else do we have? Uranus, that alone, that 18 degrees, they're both conjunct 18 degrees. That means they're very strong. Uranus represents unexpected things happening. Neptune represents ending, so it could be an unexpected death. Neptune also represents drugs, okay? Someone who is kind of insane because they are escaping from just from life, okay? And yeah, so you have that. Now, this is the interesting part of that, is that 18 degrees, I said, I bet you there's a fixed star here, and there is a fixed star. And a fixed star kind of changes or adds to the dynamic. It changes, okay? So not only is there unexpected surprises happening, unexpected things involving Neptune in the sign Capricorn, which can represent music, creativity, okay? Very unexpected. I wonder if he wasn't even supposed to be in a group and surprised you're in a group. I don't know anything about a story. But when you have this fixed star, you are talking about artistic talent, which he had. You're also talking about sexual adventures, disgrace, very gaudy. I don't know anything about him. Independent thought, trouble with authority, and then death by violence. Okay. It is a fortunate star. So it did bring a lot of blessings to him. At the same time, and a lot of people probably were very attracted to him and supported him. Let me see what he looks like, actually. Curious to see. You know, maybe it's just not my thing. Anyway, but it did have death by violence, and then you have this Neptune added to it, and you have Uranus added to it, and that is definitely why he died unexpectedly. It was already written in the stars. Very sad. 18 degrees. Also, this is in the sign Capricorn. Capricorn does represent buildings, so it would make sense that he died in a building, a hotel on the 3rd floor. 18 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Dealing with health and the body and routines and daily routines. I wonder if something, and also represent diminishing of some sort. I wonder if this was a constant theme within his business and work or something like that. This does say 3rd house. I don't want to really point out that because we don't have a really, the time may not be as accurate as we think, but this normally means communication of some sort. And I don't see how that correlates that. Now, if he is a Scorpio rising, this does also represent that this Mars here is sitting there in the sign Leo, which represents celebrities at the time. This is the vibe in the sky when he died. Also, yeah, it just represents celebrities, and Mars is somewhat retrograding. There's a pre-shadow phase retrograde happening there, but it looks like it was sitting right on his, hold on one second. Cash, no, turn it off. It looks like it's sitting right on his Venus, which also represents celebrity and just like a very aggressive thing towards him being a celebrity, aggressive thing towards his support and what people think. Yeah, anyway, fan base, basically. Anyway, so that is what I have on Liam. This here alone, just being in his birth chart, is a big deal. It does represent him being a singer and all that stuff, creative energy with music and talent, and being very ambitious with his artistic ability and being very creative. At the same time, you see there is that violence by death that's also connected with that. So yeah, so that is what we have for Liam. Now I want to bring up the story of Kamala, and we will also talk about Kamala a little bit later and how the sun entering Scorpio is going to affect her. But first I wanted to bring up this here. And with this, okay, is this a video that's going to play? That's an ad. Full interview. Oh, here we go. We have the interview of Kamala. Let me turn this up and see.
Pollsters all over the country and here in Pennsylvania that immigration is one of the key issues that they're looking at this election, and specifically the influx of illegal immigrants from more than 150 countries. How many illegal immigrants would you estimate your administration has released into the country over the last 3.5 years?
Well, I'm glad you raised the issue of immigration, because I agree with you. It is a topic of discussion that people want to rightly have. And you know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, but
right
do you
now,
just a number? Do you think it's 1 million, 3 million?
Brett, let's just get to the point. Okay, the point is that we have a broken immigration system that needs to be repaired.
So your Homeland Security Secretary said that 85% of apprehensions.
I'm not finished. We have an
rough estimate of 6 million people have been released into the country. And let me just finish. I'll get to the question. I promise you.
I was beginning to answer.
And when you came into office, your administration immediately reversed a number of Trump border policies. Most significantly, the policy that required
Okay, so I won't play the whole thing, okay? I would spare us all that. But I do want you to understand that I did say that Kamala is going to now be having some more serious conversations. Usually when she has interviews, it's kind of lighthearted, it's funny. She's always laughing, but Mercury entering Scorpio, ooh, yeah, it's going to be deeper conversations. All that little he, which I think she does a lot, is not going to happen. She did laugh in that clip that I just showed. However, most of it was very serious. And her even going to Fox and actually doing an interview with the opposing party is a very serious thing, which is very Mercury and Scorpio. Now, Trump has Gemini, Sun in Gemini. What else? He has another planet in Gemini, North Node in Gemini, I think Uranus in Gemini. He has a strong Gemini placement. So him debating against the opposition is very easy for him. Him going to CNN or whatever, I don't know what interviews he has. He loves to be combative. It is entertaining for him. Kamala is a Gemini rising. It's not really her thing. That Mercury in Scorpio is really what I want to point out. I want you to understand, because she has a Mercury in Scorpio, she likes to have control over the things she says. And when she's having discussions and debates, she wants more control and mastery over it, okay? Because Mercury is very strategic, it's very calculated. It is linked to having power and control and mastery in all situations. So when she is having debates, when she's having interviews, when she's having conversations, she really wants to dominate and have charge and power over it. And she can't do that if she's not calculated or has strategy of some sort, okay? They're very naturally suspicious, Mercury and Scorpio already. So there's a lot of things they want to figure out the hidden motives of people and the secrets of things. And they have secrets and they have hidden truths as well. But they want to have full control and mastery. Scorpio energy is linked to themes of control and power, like I said, and that Mercury in Scorpio, Kamala is going to tend to seek control over the environment and situation through their words and through their intellect. They're not content with letting things unfold randomly. You can't do that when you're trying to have control. So they prefer a very direct outcome through well thought out and strategic approach. That is how she is strategizing. That is how she thinks. That is how she is. Not all Mercury and Scorpios are like that. But if there is certain aspects that's not affecting a planet, then you get the very pure energy of Mercury and Scorpio. So that is why if you hear her interviews, if you hear her debates, things are very redundant and repetitive because she has a strategy and she wants to have control, basically, okay? Very strategic, very secretive at nature. They like to keep their cards close to her chest. She's only revealing what she wants us to see in here, okay? Yeah, but that's why the conversations are very calculated. At the same time, the conversations are very serious. Mercury moves fast, so she won't be in this for long, okay? Now, lastly, that I have of the current news. Oh, I didn't even say, or I didn't even play my current news thing, but last current news that I want to add is, let me see, where is it? Here, oh, here we go. This is the last quick news, current events that we have. After 6 years, the Victoria's Secret fashion show brings big names back to its runway. If you watch the Victoria's Secret runway show like I did this past week, then you would know that it came back and it was trying to be more of original kind of thing, but it did have some different things added to the Victoria's Secret show. The company also weathered a series of controversies involving its own leadership, including association with the L brand CEO Les Wexner, with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, and controversial comments by then Chief Marketing Officer Ed Rodzik about transgender and plus size model. He apologized and resigned the same year. Now, what I do want you to understand that during this whole thing, we had Pluto retrograding in the sign Capricorn. Pluto was in the sign Capricorn. And when you have that, you're talking about companies and corporations and it having a transition, it having a transformation. Now Pluto is at the end of Capricorn. Now we were revisiting, we redid it, we retrograded, we went back. Now let's bring it back and change it. And now you see, if you watch the fashion show, you saw that they had plus size models. They had models who were older. It wasn't as extreme as it was. They had to do some rejudging, and they of course had to let go of some of the higher ups, the old people in charge. That's very Capricorn energy, okay? And Pluto and Capricorn brought that. I'm sure there's other companies and other organizations that had a transformation. I'm just not aware of them, but we know that's happening. Pluto in the sign Capricorn at 29 degrees, that's an urgency degree, and that's currently what we have in the sky. So there's an urgency to wrap things up, all things Capricorn. Anything dealing with the restructure of a government or an organization or a corporation of some sort, all of that is being hurry up and finish, okay, before we get into Pluto and Aquarius. Now, I talked about Pluto and Aquarius last week. I think it was last week. I'm not sure when it was. It had to be sometime last week. And I talked about what's his name? Elon Musk. I want you to be aware, when I was looking at his chart, him having Mars in the sign Aquarius in that 8th house, that's a lot of power control with technology, with things of the future, with things also with communication, which is X. I want you to be aware of that. I forgot the aspects of it, but you heard it here. If you haven't heard it anywhere, first, be leery, okay? My personal opinion, okay? Through astrology, this is someone who is pursuing to have control and power, an obsession of power through technology and communication. I heard that he's going to have a cell phone coming out, and that is because he has that Mars in Aquarius and he wants to have full control. Just listen to what I say. I'll pull a tarot card on it. Okay, we'll be nice. What do we have on Elon Musk here? And yeah, he's working on the details. He's working on a fine print. Can you see this here? Where can you see it and it not be so bright? Actually, hold on. So we have 8 Pentacles. He is working on the details, you guys. And I'm going to say he's working on the details behind our back, okay? Working on every detail to have control and power, okay? Yeah, that is what we have. And he's working really hard. He is like, okay, behind the scenes, it's all fluff and fun. And I'll say my opinions. But really, I am grinding to make sure I have full control, okay? Anyway, yeah, so that is what we have for the current news, okay, which I forgot to play my intro for the current news, so I'll play it now. So now a word from our sponsor, and then after that, we will get into the weekly transits, and I'll talk about some predictions here.
Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member, you'll receive daily readings designed to align your day with the universe's energy. Start each day with clarity and confidence. Do you need a personal reading, or do you want to have your astrology chart read fully? With being a member, you also can enjoy exclusive discounts on all my offerings just for our elite members only, all for just $4.99 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. Join Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club today and elevate your spiritual path.